Hi, my name is Kristen Myers. I live in New York City. I grew up in Hampton Bays, Long Island, alongside the Shinnecock Indians. And when I started to see the coverage of Standing Rock, of course it was immediately appalling the way they were being treated. Unarmed water protectors. I know what it's like to live near water that we hold sacred in our, community out on Long Island. And it just resonated with me in a very powerful way just on that, basis alone. But I also see this as a huge opportunity in our nation's history, really, to address not only the colonialism that was imposed on the Native population when we arrived here 500 years ago, but also to address other major issues facing our country, such as the oil industry and just the strong arming they've done with our government and the exploitative policies that they continue to impose on our country and our citizens, and the danger they expose us to by forcing these pipelines upon our communities, when I think it's pretty clear now that we're all very aware of the risks involved and just the low standards of quality that are happening in the industry. And I just feel that now that we've got such an opportunity with Standing Rock to address all these things and really to come together as a nation in defense of the Native Americans, but also in defense of ourselves. We shouldn't allow ourselves to be hijacked by industry, any industry. And the fact that they're just unabashedly forcing their way through this land, in spite of what our government's orders, explicit orders, have been repeatedly, is just outrageous. I mean, I actually am surprised that people aren't in the streets all over the world over this. But I'm really hoping that we can use this opportunity to move forward and heal as a nation and actually maybe come together with creativity and technology and renewable solutions, which we all know are out there. It's just we can't really implement them because the infrastructure has been co-opted by the oil industry. So my greatest hope is that we can all use this opportunity, like I said, to move forward and maybe have a new paradigm. It might take some time, but I know my efforts are almost singularly focused at this point towards this movement. So I'm just really grateful to the veterans for coming together and having that kind of organization and power. I really feel that, once I wouldn't have been able to come to Standing Rock, frankly. It's too far of a drive for me, coming from New York all the way out here in the winter, not having the right gear, being a civilian. I really wasn't feeling very comfortable, but luckily my my network of friends, I was able to come with the veterans, and my experience was extremely humbling on so many fronts that I don't even really have a lot of time to go into all the detail, but just high level. The veterans, I think, really brought a lot of attention to this, and I think they're bringing a lot of needed reinforcement, both in morale and in skills and in just body count out there. So that's really encouraging, and not only am I so grateful for their service just generally, but what they're doing now is just incredible to me. And then the natives, I don't have really enough time to go into what I've learned from them, but just the power of love and prayer and peacefulness. And I think the most important point that I keep trying to send home just to my people who aren't as involved or don't have the same kind of time to get into all the details of the issues is simply that they're not protesters. We are not protesting anything. They are protecting our water. And anybody who just does even the smallest amount of research can see what oil does to the human body and how it really, like, the amount of oil spills and leakages are just, it's unconscionable, really. So I'll leave it there. Actually, I'll leave it in gratitude. I'm really just very grateful to the Sioux Nation and Standing Rock and all the Native Americans that welcomed us out there with open arms, regardless of race or geography or religion or anything like that. And I'm grateful again to the veterans, especially my friend Pete, for getting me here and getting me out of here safely. And to Reggie, my friend, for getting me out of Standing Rock in minus 41 degree wind chill temps, saving all of us. It was very heroic of you. Thanks, Reggie. So that's it. Thanks.
What is today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, December 7th. We're off the Standing Rock Indian Reservation, north of Cannonball River, encamped here in Ocheti, Shakoi. There's many of us that have been here for several months, and I'm one of them. I've arrived back in August. I went back to where I'm from. I went back twice, but I have returned after the first bullet beanbag incident and all the arrests, and I have been back since. But anyways, I believe it was November 20th, on a Sunday morning, about 3 a.m., an incident took place that I'd say I seen something horrific. What happened earlier was a drone was shot down. A couple male and female attempted to get to it. They fell in water. Shortly after that, the medics came to assist them, but they stayed near the bonfires that were down there to keep people warm. And they left. I'd say about an hour later, this incident took place. I don't remember the lady's name. I think it was Sylvia. I'm not sure, but there was an officer or one of the National Guard or whoever they are on the other side that was hollering that there was somebody underneath the truck that was in front of the barricade, and more on their side. There was nobody there. We observed what was going on, and it more like it got intense. The officer or trooper or whatever he was insisting that there was somebody underneath that truck, which there wasn't. And a group gathered together, the armed forces. I don't know who they are, the cops and whoever else they got together, and then they started. They tear gassed the truck, and there was nobody there, but they started trying to get somebody out, and then there was two individuals that were behind the barricade on this side, and they were just more observers and making sure nobody crosses the line coming this way, or I don't know, they were back to go. And anyways, we were watching what was going on. I came up to the bridge, and others did too, and we were just watching and laughing because it was funny. There was nobody under that truck, and then they started shooting beanbags, and they started with the rubber bullets. You could just hear them. When they ricochet off of something, you can just hear them tumbling, going by, not at us, but toward the direction of the water. They were on the left side of the road, shooting beanbags, rubber bullets. They tried tear gas canisters. They tried twice, and I don't know what kind of training or anything that they had, but the wind direction was going their way. So after the second time they tried to tear gas those individuals out, I think they did get tear gassed themselves. They went back to them. But anyways, they got on the left side of the road, and this is facing north, and a Humvee pulled up closer up the shoulder of the road. His front wheels were close to the shoulder, and anyways, they were down below trying to get in the crack or something, get something in the crack to hit somebody or something, and it continued for a little bit, and an officer with I don't know how long that little, it's not a rifle, I thought it was to shoot beanbags, but this individual that had that gun I think he was more like looking forward to having a target. One of the target is what it seemed like, and he says he's seen movement. He got up to the shoulder of the road, and he was aiming at something, and there was nobody there. But anyway, they were collaborating and on that end, and a green stocking cap popped up, and it went from the left side of the barricade to the right, and it disappeared, came back, and it went down again. And right after that, there was an individual that came out from the right side to coming our way, so they encouraged her to keep coming. She turned around to pick something up. Might have been a glove, but she turned around to pick something up. That's when whoever that individual was with, that don't know what a human is, fired that projectile, and when I seen everything. It was fast, and when it hit her, it exploded. I seen spark come out. Geez, it just boom. And it just lifted her in the air, and she hit the ground, so I started running that way. Man down, medic, I'm unarmed, and I just went. I don't know what they were saying on that side, but I went over there, and I slowly turned her over, and she was saying her arm was gone, and it was, her hand was dangling like rubber, but I helped support it and put it so where it would be okay and across her, and some individual came and picked her up, and another individual crossed her legs to hold her the other side up, and I put my arm underneath her and supported her, and plus the back of her arm, so her arm don't, I don't know. But anyway, we carried her toward the bridge. We got her out of there, and a car pulled up, and a lady and a guy were in there, and we asked them to take her to the hospital if they could, and they could, so we put her in there. Another lady jumped in to help the lady and go with her, and they took her, but we're unarmed. There's nothing on our side, and they did that.
And that was Sophia.
Yes. Sophia Lansky, I wanna meet her and her dad, but I don't know what to say. Maybe I need some comfort too, 'cause what I saw, that was horrific. They didn't have to do that. We go there unarmed. And in peace and in prayer, and they hurt us. It just takes just a couple people they didn't have to do that, even because of those people have mouths or something and trying to get them going, but they did, and a lot of innocent people were victims. People went as spectators, just to watch, and observers, and women, children, elderly, and I'm pretty sure there's a veteran here and there out there, or veterans out there, and a lot of warriors they come in. We got a lot of warriors that will stand there and still unarmed and defend who's down here, who's left, who's down here. Where this is a peaceful camp. And what goes on out there, and we don't know about it until it's way afterwards. And what's going on with the media out there is they're turning things in their favor, and we're watching old clippings from back in the days, but what they did to us with the water cannons, rubber bullets, bean bags, tear gas, that was really uncalled for. Especially when you go way out, you shoot way out there to sporadically have victims, or make us your victims. You, those that are armed, why don't you bring your family here and put them on our side and then shoot us, and see how your family feels when they get hit, or I hope nobody gets killed. But you want to do that to us, bring your family members here and put them over here, and then you can shoot at us all you want. You want to hurt us as human beings. You have families too. Think with your hearts, think with your minds. You are human too. And we as humans from all over the world are here. And we shake each other's hands. We are in unity. We who were once enemies stand together, side by side. We're the ones that are here. And where are you? We're unarmed. If we hurt you in some way, you live with that. Because it didn't penetrate you, it didn't hurt your body, it's all in your mind, whatever you're going through. We're the ones that have to suffer. And I don't know, maybe you go home and laugh and tell your family really good victory stories. But when it comes down to it, when all this is over, what side of the line are you going to stand on? Your kids and grandkids and great-grandkids are going to read about history And what side is your name going to be on? Are they going to be so proud of you shooting harming unarmed people? Are you going to stand with us to save our future generations' lives? Because this water is important. Put a few drops of water in your cup of coffee or in the water you drink, and do that for a month once. And see what kind of illnesses you come up with. That's what's going to happen to your children and grandchildren if this pipeline don't stop. It gets in the water, we're done. And we're not speaking for you, we're speaking for all of us in the world. Because our water is important. Look it up, Google it. Whatever you do, go Yahoo, Facebook, YouTube, anything, look it up. All the water, all what the oil does to the land and the water, look at it. And if it's right by your house, the pipeline goes by your house, well, think about it. Think what you will be drinking. Because nothing will survive. That's like the air, we'd run out of oxygen. We're done. And if the water goes, the oxygen goes. But I am making this audio and video recording because I want to leave something. And just let the people know that, you may see things on TV and hear things and bad things and on even Facebook and whatever you look at, there are people that are glorifying themselves, but the real people you have to see and talk to are those that don't get on Facebook and glorify themselves with their injuries and whatnot, or what happened and they were there and a part of it. That's not us. Not us. We're here. We're getting hurt and we're not glorifying it. We're getting hurt, and we just want you to know that what's on TV maybe repeats our clippings from past recordings or whatnot, but there's so much I just want to say and tell, and what I ask you people, if what you're watching on TV, if you were here, you'll know the truth. You'll see everything, and believe me, this is a life-changing place. It changes people when you come here, and when you leave, you take something with you. It changes you. I do thank you all for listening to me. My name is Walter Brave. I'm a Oglala Lakota from Oglala, South Dakota. My mother is Regina Brave. The grandmother who raised me, her name is Sarah Brave. I thank you all. Pilamea, Mitakiasi.
It's just at the front line.